Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Sublime Madness podcast. And today we're talking about gambling apps and how they are infecting the news ecosystem. So, Kalshi, a famous betting app, announced that they have started a data integration partnership with CNN. So, what that means is they are now the network's official prediction markets partner, meaning you can now bet on anything related to the news in terms of CNN. So, like, if you can bet if Anderson Cooper is going to say a certain word on the news broadcast, or you can bet, what news story is going to be talked about today. So, one of the first things I can think of that's going to happen is, I don't know, maybe the production staff are going to start placing bets and make some quick, easy money, because why not? Apparently, that's not illegal or fraudulent. So who's to stop them? And that's like one of the big problems with this sort of betting in the first place is there's going to be insiders with insider information who are going to make boatloads of money off of these bets. Most people are not going to make any money. Most people are going to lose lots of money, and that's why Kalshi is. I think it's made billions of dollars. I think it's up to like 10 billion or something like that, and it's only growing. The people running these betting apps think that there's almost like unlimited growth potential in this area. And so this is part of why historically many cities and states have banned gambling and only made it legal in certain locations, like Las Vegas, for instance. You have to go to this place. You have to drive there, spend the night there. You can't just flip on your phone and, access it from anywhere you want. The ease of access is what is the problem. It's not just with gambling. The ease of access problem kind of goes into many aspects of life and society right now. But the ease of access in terms of gambling is terrible. And that's part of what's going to really mess up kids who get into gambling, because a lot of kids are already addicted to gambling through video games. Things like loot boxes and battle passes are effectively like a pipeline kind of funneling kids from like video games into gambling. And so they already have this sort of mentality in their brain. And so it's a lot easier to get a kid addicted to gambling because of the way some video games are designed. And I like video games. I like them a lot, but I don't like a lot of the companies that make them, because a lot of it is because of phone games. A lot of video game companies that make games for like consoles or like PCs saw how much money that phone games were making because of microtransaction purchases, buying a little more in-game currency to, speed up production of something, or to buy a skin, make your character look cooler or something like that. That has slowly addicted people to this process. And it's not just bad for the kids, obviously. It's terrible for adults as well. There's people who have crippling gambling addictions, who've been addicted to gambling for decades. And all this has done is allowed them to bet from the comfort of their own home. It's effectively making their addiction worse. I have a family member with this addiction. He has gambled on horses since he was in his like early 20s. He's now in his early 80s. And even though he's lost upwards of millions of dollars, he's only won big a handful of times. And all those times, it's never been enough to make back the amount that he's lost. It's never made him question his decisions, or maybe think, hey, maybe I shouldn't do this anymore. He just continues to bet. Every time I see him, there's a computer open with his bets listed. So it's proof that gambling really is a mental illness, and it needs to be treated as such. And that's part of why people should not have such easy access to it. And the solution is to outlaw online sports betting, or sorry, not just sports betting, all online betting, and make it so that you have to go to either a casino or some sort of designated area to place your bets. And so that it at least forces people to forces some sort of barrier to entry, however minimal it is. It's too easy to place bets, and that's a problem. But the real problem is changing the legislation to make that happen, which is more difficult because, I mean, a lot of the politicians in Congress and Senate are the ones who allowed this online betting to become legalized in the first place. And one of the reasons why that was allowed was because I'm assuming a lot of these congressmen and senators got funding from these betting apps through super PACs. So you kind of have to change the campaign finance system first. A super PAC is a special, it's called a political action committee. Essentially, it's an organization that you as a person or a corporation can donate to. And unlike your individual contribution limit, which is around $2,000, $3,000-ish to an individual political candidate, when you donate it to a PAC, you could give $1 billion if you wanted to. And on top of that, super PACs don't even have to disclose who donates to them. So to an extent, we don't even know for sure how many of these people were legally bribed to do this. And obviously that this isn't the only issue that they get legally bribed on. This is one of hundreds, thousands. I mean, there's so many videos that can be made just on all that. But this legalized bribery is really at the core of it. And to really get any progress on any of these issues, you have to get rid of the ability for these corporations and nefarious billionaires to stop funneling money through these super PACs. It's disgusting bribery and it needs to end. But thank you guys for watching. I should have another episode out pretty soon, maybe by next week. Please subscribe if you made it to the end here. Thank you so much. Have a good one. Later.